Here's the tank after a couple days. I put a better light above it. They weren't doing too good at that LED light. So here's the, it's just a table light, and I just put like a fluorescent bulb in there. It's supposed to be 20 watts. So it's probably a lot of light for it. And notice the plants. Every once in a while there's like little air bubbles that come, I think from where these are cuttings, so I think where it was cut, the oxygen is coming out of the end of the plant, which is under the gravel. It's basically just a stem that was cut, so every once in a while little bubbles come up. I think it's just happening from the cut plants. The other ones are actually were floating in the tank, my other tank, and they had roots already, so they weren't cut or anything. I had to put this on the top because my cats were using it for water. So, it's doing okay. Not sure if I did the soil right. I think I might have rinsed it too much. I don't know. So we'll see. Probably for this little tank it's enough, but I think the next tank I do, I'm going to not rinse the soil as much. I think it's too sandy, too gravelly, and it's not enough soil really. So, but I think it's enough for this little tank. These plants aren't going to need too much. I might go down to there's a pond down the way. I might go get a couple snails. Or maybe go to the fish store and ask for some. I'll probably have to put a little algae pellet in here for them to eat. There's not much in here right now. What I really want to do is, I want to make I have a book called, it's called Pond, The Pond on My Windowsill. It's actually kind of neat. You just collect things from the pond and see what happens. Put it on your windowsill. It'd be nice to have some local, maybe get some local fish for it too. Local animals. Have some I think there's like freshwater little mussels and freshwater little, they call them scuds. They're little shrimp. And there's Daphnia and like water beetles. And I know we have dragonfly larvae. It's kind of neat. They look like crickets under the water. But I might not start that till spring when it gets a little warmer. Right now it's November. End of November, it's getting cold. I was really into fish tanks about probably 10 years ago, and then I just kind of gave it up because I had kids and I was busy. But looking back, I actually had a pretty good planted tank at one time. It was a 3-gallon and I kept it at work. It had this kind of fluorite, the red fluorite gravel in it, and it actually looked really nice. I should post some pictures. I also had a river tank. Currently it's in the garage all torn apart in pieces in a bag. The insert is. I broke the tank by accident. And I have to buy a new tank, 55-gallon. I can probably I have to fix the inserts a little bit, but I could just silicone them back in and might have that running soon. That actually was a really neat tank. And they don't sell it anymore, the inserts anymore. So if I can get that running, that would actually be really neat. Now I know a little more about planting, and I'd have more live plants. I had live plants, but all I had were the hygrophila, because actually the lights are pretty high above it. The water is lower in the river tank. The water isn't actually at the top. So the water plants are low, and so you really have to have brighter lights, and I didn't have at the time. So I'm going to get brighter lights for it if I set it up. So I could probably grow more plants. Still won't be a lot of light, but it'll be better than what I had. This camera is really good. It's HD. Nice camera.